with friends and family because we are so polarized about everything, about opinions. It's not just true of Indians but all over the world. And therefore, what do? You don't challenge your friends if you disagree with them?
Yes, no, actually the thought occurred to me when a conversation with a diplomat from a Western country about an Indian diplomat whom I considered rather brilliant and who spoke very well at the UN. And so I commented on that and I said, he kind of eviscerated the arguments of the other side on a particular issue. And this diplomat said to me, yeah, he wins the argument, but do you think he won any friends? And that suddenly made me think. Because, of course, very often the objective of diplomacy and of human relations is not just winning every time. It is actually about persuading people to like you, because that's the way they will eventually serve your interests. You can browbeat somebody with the brilliance of your rhetoric or the ruthless logic of your arguments. But at the end of the day, does it serve you very well if, having given them that humiliation of losing to you, you then need them to be well disposed to you? That's the point I think that particular line makes. Sometimes more important to keep the friend than to win the argument. And I think that's very true in human relationships as well.
But does that also reflect that it's become increasingly harder for us to agree to disagree? Whether it's in politics or in our personal lives.
I think all the folks here who are in WhatsApp groups in India know exactly what you're talking about. Because very often one finds, particularly school alumni groups and college alumni groups and so on, there comes a time when either administrators ban certain subjects, or if those subjects come up, people either go silent or drop out of groups because they just find it impossible to abide by the view of some people who express themselves very strongly. That's again something that's happening a lot in our country. We don't search enough for common ground. We seem to be shielding ourselves behind unscalable ramparts of opinion, which in some cases, we believe so passionately, we don't want to give any quarter to the other side. And that, at the end of the day, is not going to help us get along either collectively in whatever group it is we're a part of, or as a country.
That's true. This happened on one of the WhatsApp groups that I was on the other day, where two colleagues violently disagreed ideologically on something, and we had to try to persuade them both to come back. They both exited. But politically as well,